Okay, everybody, welcome to the Capri Hotel in Sitges. This is our room. We are not in the main part of the hotel. We are in an annexe just outside of the hotel, which has its pros and its cons, but I'm going to take you through now, so follow me. So, as you can see, first and foremost, we are in room 21, and they've aptly given us the suite named Venus. Okay, so let's have a little look. So, as you can see in the room, it's really basic, and I mean really basic, to the point that we're going back to the 70s. We've been given though quite a spacey room. I'm quite surprised with the room size. It's massive. Quite a lot of windows. Unfortunately though, it's raining today in Sitges, so it's not the best sort of outlook. But we've got bars on the windows, which is a little bit off-putting as well, because obviously if there's a fire in the hall well there, we can't actually get out. The windows do open, but it's quite a noisy road. We have lamps in the corner that are dirty and don't seem to be that fixed well. The fabric on this sofa I can only describe as being plasticky, rubbery. It's not comfortable at all, and it's quite cold. The floor though, obviously it is what it is. It's clean. But it's very cold in this room with no heaters at all. In the corner of the room, which is very, very strange, we've got a fridge. Now, it's weird really, because you'd have thought that they'd have had the telly not on the wall over there, but more of a telly in the centre here, which then would have been quite difficult for you to watch telly in bed. So this space would have been better if the bedroom was here, with the TV here, and the sofa living room was over there. But anyway, we digress, moving on. We have an ironing board. Now, this is a problem with this room. You do not get an ironing board in the room. You do not get tea and coffee making facilities in the room, which I'll talk about in a minute. So we've had to ask for this specifically, and we've had to take it from the main building over here to do our ironing on. The problem is it's resting currently on a coffee table that used to have a glass top by the looks of it, but no longer has. So everything in this room seems to be like a bit of this and that chucked in, you know, and doesn't seem to be working its purpose. Moving on, as you can see, the trusty old 1970s conference chair that is in the room. We've only had one of these that's broken. I sat on it and it snapped in half, so we'd have to have a new one.
I'm glad you told everybody you sat on it.
Yeah, well, I'm really svelte and light, so you know.
And I'm not.
He's not. And of course we've got this table here that obviously does serve a purpose for dumping your things on, but we've had to move the lampshade over to this purely based on the fact that it was on the bedsides. Now the bedsides, if you come on over and have a little look, are literally just tiny bits of wood fastened to the wall. This one isn't even straight, it's lopsided, and you can't access behind here the light switches, and of course there is a plug down below under the bed, if you can get that low mic, that is behind the leg. Now the leg doesn't move because it's fixed to the wall.
I have been this low for a long time.
So you can't actually access
Can't
the plug
actually
there.
see it.
The phone, unfortunately they say ring 301 to ring reception, but it hasn't worked since the day we've got here. There's no dialing tone on that at all. So all in all, not great. Now, one thing I must stress to you about this room, and this is a big negative, this door behind you is not soundproofed in any way. When that door goes out the front, or people walk up and down the corridor here, it is very loud, and when you're trying to sleep right next to the door, it is an absolute annoyance all night. That is one of the biggest downs of this room. The TV though, however, is pretty good. It doesn't pick up signals like BBC News at all.
Yeah, quite often I've put it on and it's got no signal.
No, it hasn't, but it has got Netflix and Disney and a couple of the other things in there, so it is a smart TV.
That's good.
We can log in with our things and watch TV on that, so that's quite a good thing there as well. Again, you can see bars on the windows all around. The beds...
Not much of a view, is there?
No, unfortunately not.
Not much of a view this side.
I'll talk to you in a minute about how let down we felt being over here. But the beds, again, really basic. They move everywhere. Not good at all. They are quite comfortable though, I'm surprised. The pillows not so much, but the bed mattress itself is quite comfortable for me.
Yeah, I've not slept too bad at all, really.
But as you can see, if you look, there is no bedside light at all, because obviously we needed the bedside light over there for my sleep machine. So yeah, it's not a great layout if you ask me. Now moving on to the pre-1930s aircon system. Now, I don't even know if this even works. We've not tested it. It's too cold in the room to even have aircon on, but I don't know what's going on here at all. It's quite scary to think that the electrics in this place wouldn't pass British standard. If you look up, you can see everything's just been hodgepodge together. And of course, this very, very strange room underneath. This room is like something out of a horror movie. It's very, very strange. It's got a lock on the door, but this is actually your little tiny walk-in wardrobe, excuse the mess, with a safe in it. And I just don't understand the purpose of the room. I think next door to this is actually someone else's villa. So yeah, it's very, very strange.
Right, when we booked this room, no one asked us whether we had any mobility issues at all. But there are issues if you get this room and you struggle with steps or anything like that, because I'll take you into the bathroom, and as you can see straight away, we've got 2 steps. At the moment, I'm fine with those. I can cope with those. So
Not great when you're drunk though, Mike, at night time.
No. There's a light as you come down for the bathroom. And as you can see, you've got your sink and a shelf, which has been quite useful. Hairdryer, which does work. And you've got plug sockets there. The window, we've had problems with this window because yesterday we had the most horrendous rainfall, and literally it was running down the streets. And when we got back, because the window had been left open, this was flooded. And we had to go and get some, the cleaners had gone home, we had to go and get some towels from reception to be able to mop it all up. Nice big mirror. I mean, it's seen better days. It's like everything else in this room. It's old. It's got a certain charm, but it's old.
But not loose wiring hasn't.
No, the mirror is quite dirty in places, and I don't... The one thing I will say with this room, and with the hotel in itself, is it's not the cleaning. The cleaning, you watch the cleaners, every morning they're outside the pool area, and they work so hard. And I think whenever we've come back and our room's been cleaned, they've always done a brilliant job. I think it's the fact that everything is dated. So let's go into the bathroom itself. Oh, you do get toiletries. So these are a shower gel. They give you 4 of those a day, and 1 does go per shower for me. Don't know how many you use per shower, do you?
I'm a soap man. I like the soap.
Moving on, we have the toilet here. We've got 2 rolls of toilet paper, and they're replaced and changed every day. We've also got a toilet brush. Personally, I'd like to see a black one, but that's just personal choice. Toilet's absolutely fine. And then this side, we've got something that us Brits aren't that used to, a bidet.
Carrying on 1970s thing.
I know, and you know, the Europeans do love their bidets, but you know, I've never seen one with a lid.
No, not me.
How useful is that? I'm quite impressed with that.
Crazy.
So if you're sat in the bath, you can put your bloody champagne on there. Be well away. Now, I should point out in this bathroom that the light switch is here, but there's only one light, and that's above here. Now, that cobweb by the light has been driving me up the wall since we've been here. I don't know if you can see it on there. There it is.
Have you mentioned the mould?
No, and then if you look up the corner, and probably because there's no fan or ventilation in here, you've got mould in the corners and on the walls.
Mm. That one light makes it really dark in here.
Yeah, it's quite dark. And then, of course, you've got the shower curtain. Not a fan of shower curtains, but I don't think they can do anything else because of what they have behind it. And that is this massive whirlpool bath. Have we even used it yet?
No, we've showered it, but we've not had a bath.
We've not had a bath. So let me say, getting in and out is a little bit... The getting in and out isn't too bad. I've got a rail here, which I don't think is meant to be a handrail, but that's what I've been using there just to help myself in. Right. We can have a party now. And also, the only other handrail, which to me is not the best place, is this one here. And obviously, you've got the floor for the floor when you're having your bath or shower. Now, that rail, I don't know how you'd use it, really. I'd find that quite awkward. So I tend to use the one I get in and out with. But if you've got worse mobility issues than me, that is quite a step down. And if you've got wet feet, which obviously you would have, presumably having had the shower or a bath, then there's definitely a danger of falling.
Can we just quickly comment though on how amazing the water pressure is?
I think,
Blow your skin off.
yeah, I mean, I think at the moment we're hoping to give you all the positives at the end, because there is positives in here, and the two big ones are the water pressure. The water pressure is amazing, isn't it?
Oh, it's so powerful, and it's really hot really fast.
And that was the second one I was going to say, is the water is always really hot. But there we go, we both confirmed that. So I think that more or less covers the bathroom. It just needs updating, doesn't it? It's got a certain charm about it. Everything is just a little bit old, and it needs a full refurb throughout the whole hotel. And I think it would be really nice, because we chose this one this time because it's like those little family run hotels that you get in Turkey and Greece, and we just thought it'd be really nice. We love the pool area here. You said about no kettle in here, and that to me has been an absolute nightmare. The fact that we've got to, particularly with the weather it is, we've got to go next door. There is a little kitchen for guests to use, and there's also free coffee or hot chocolate from a machine. But there are tea bags in the kitchen and a kettle, but there's no English breakfast tea. It's just flavoured teas.
I said to the manager, I think it was, yesterday, about the fact that I struggle with my sleep. Everybody knows that watches the videos. And as soon as people come in at night time and they slam those doors and I'm awake, well, in a hotel room, I can have a nice cup of tea, watch a bit of telly, and probably fall back and sleep. But I can't hear, because it would mean I'd have to get dressed, leave this building, walk all the way out the front of the street, back into the building, just to get myself a cup of tea to walk all the way back again.
And you couldn't have a cup of tea unless you had a flavoured tea.
Yeah, anyway, so in a nutshell, that is the pros to this room. Not many, a lot more negatives than pros. Although one pro, as I'm looking around the room though, there are quite a lot of plug sockets everywhere.
But all in all, for a 6-night stay, it's not been too bad.
No, I think
we've slept okay.
We didn't pay over £500 for the 6 nights. So
breakfast included, and breakfast's been pretty good.
Oh, breakfast is superb,
very good.
Superb. And the staff, the quality of customer service here is another level.
Friendly.
They cannot do enough for you. Yeah. It's a family-run business, as Mike said, and they are
so friendly. Useful. Friendly, and that makes an enormous difference, because it's almost like you can forgive a lot of the mistakes because they're such nice people and they make you feel so welcome. And I think you can overlook a lot of the things. I mean, we bring them all up on these videos because we like people to see it exactly how we've seen it, but that doesn't mean that we wouldn't recommend this place.